Welcome to Ultra Level Up Chips, the final challenger. Hey y'all, welcome to the very first episode of the new and improved Level Up Chips, the weekly gaming podcast from CM Life that talks about everything game related. That's right, folks. When we say everything, we mean everything. Those Cookin' Mama games you played as a kid are not safe from discussion. All right, so my name is Michael Gonzalez. I'm your new host. My pronouns are he, him, his, and my major is journalism and minor is broadcasting and cinematic arts. And I have with me right here.
Hello, my name is Isaac Hunter. My pronouns are he, him, his. I also go to CMU, and my major is in history, and my minor is in museum studies.
All right, awesome. So before we start anything else, just really quickly, I want to give a huge shout out to CM Life. So pretty much we are going to be on YouTube, Spotify, and any other platform I really don't know about that CM Life may be sending out those podcasts to. This very first episode is going to be a little bit more about getting to know us as hosts and explaining a little bit about what this is and going into the main topic of going down memory card lane. That's going to be a brand new segment. So I'll start with who I am. So let's start with my life as a gamer. I started at 3 years old, and I remember that when I was with my brother, he was 6. I was just, brand new. Apparently, he would try to get the controller in my hand, just as a newborn kid. And they had to explain, my parents had to explain to him that's not how it works. But by 3 years old, they gave me a controller, kind of plugged it in every now and then. And it's been, like this from then on. What about you?
All right. Well, my life as a gamer, I also definitely play video games with my siblings. I'm the youngest of 4, and so it was pretty much if my brothers like played a game, I would be like at their side watching. And if I like didn't know what to do, I'd just at least watch the pictures go by. But yeah, no, I in my household, video games started on the computer, really. Whether that be like, I remember we had like a little like, we got a lot of discs. They used to have video games in like cereal boxes.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember I had a Captain Crunch one where you like played as Captain Crunch and you had to like mine for the peanut butter like whatever they're called, like peanut butter cereal. I don't know, odd thing. I also in like I don't know. So I started off with a lot of like small games like that, but eventually as I got older, it went to I would play video games at my friends' houses, and so that's kind of like really my start in gaming, especially with like consoles, because all my friends had consoles, and so that's really how I got into that.
What was like your first console?
My first one that I personally like owned.
Sure.
Oh, then that's gonna be Game Boy. I got a Game Boy from a yard sale, and I had red, blue, and yellow, which I don't have now. I'm pretty sure I gave it away, but like I look back, I'm like, why didn't I keep that original Game Boy with red?
It had
Game Boy
Pokemon
Color.
Red, Blue, and Yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame, man.
And now they're gone in the world somewhere.
I have a really stupid story about that. I really liked Pokemon as a kid, and around like 13 years old, I was thinking like I'm too cool for Pokemon. Like it was just too much of a baby thing. So I sold like my Heart Gold, I sold my my Pearl, and what I got with all of that trade-in money from GameStop, I kid you not, was Animal Crossing New Leaf, and I was like, yeah, that's for the cool kids. That's it.
Oh, we all went through that phase though, where we're like, oh no, those are for like those are for babies. Those are for little kids. We're cool now. Ugh. And then you had a point too, like especially college, where you just go right back to it. You're like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. There's this whole video game webcomic I follow that does, Awkward Zombie. And they do that, they'll have those comics, and immediately it's that same thing. Around high school, you think that Pokemon is just not that cool, and then college, you're back into it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes.
So let's kick off into the other thing. So we're going to talk about our favorite game genre, or genres, and favorite series from a video game. So my favorite game is Ghost Trick for the Nintendo DS. I wanted to get a little, I don't know, virtual background here, but I couldn't find a good one. My favorite genre type is the JRPG and action adventure first person shooter. Very lengthy titles. And my favorite series of all time is Metroid. I absolutely love the Metroid series.
Good picks. I played Metroid on a Game Boy emulator. But no, okay, favorite game, hands down, is Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. For those listening at home, I am holding up my metallic case to Oblivion for the Xbox. And I know that everyone's face in those games look like lumps of clay, and it just looks awful. But I love the gameplay. My favorite genre would definitely be like probably free roam, like action RPGs, like action adventure RPGs. But so I like that, as well as like, I don't know, games that are reminiscent of like tabletop games, like Dungeons and Dragons, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then my favorite series, oh my gosh, if it's not Elder Scrolls, it's gonna be Legend of Zelda.
Oh, yeah, no, the Zelda series, there's maybe only one game that personally I'd say I don't like, but otherwise, like, okay, it's Phantom Hourglass.
I was gonna say Link's crossbow training for the Wii.
Link's crossbow training was the best.
You heard it here, folks. Why don't you like Phantom Hourglass? I never actually played that one because I didn't have a 3DS, but
I was a kid when it came out, and I was one of those kids that said reading, that's lame. And basically every time that I was in a new action RPG, I would skip all the dialogue, go straight to my brother and ask him what I'm supposed to do next. And yeah, that at a certain point he got fed up with it and just said, no, I'm not going to tell you what to do with Phantom Hourglass. And I was like racking my brain for like hours just trying to figure out what to do with this open world sea game. And they kept having puzzles. It felt like I was just not getting through, and I never get back into it. I can't do it. It's just so it's so weird.
No, you are correct.
What would be like your least favorite Zelda game?
Oh my gosh, my least favorite. Well, it would. I mean, I'm sure there's someone out there that's gonna probably skewer me for this, but it's probably gonna be like one of the original games, like that flat. It's dangerous to go alone. Use this.
Ooh.
Mostly just because I started playing with Ocarina of Time, and so like the games before that,
right.
I never really played, and so now like even when I tried to, like there was like I think Legend of Zelda 2 was on, like you can get on the Switch, but I'm just so bad at it.
I really tried to play Legend of Zelda 2. I've had it on like the 3DS, I've had it on the Switch, the Wii, and every single time I play it, I get to like that first dungeon and I lose all my lives. They send me straight back to that one altar with Zelda, and I'm like, I can't keep doing this. This is gonna kill me. I just know it.
Yeah, no, it gets you.
So yeah, so all right, so that's the series. Really quickly, we're just gonna plug our own social media in. So my Instagram and my Twitter both are dank_Yertle. The reason behind that was I was Yertle the turtle in the musical Seussical. and I'm rhyming all the time, and it's in high school. I liked it. I embraced that character, even though it was a Germany allegory in World War II, and I really hate that. But like, it had a mean bass line. I liked it.
No, yeah, I don't blame you. We love Seussical. I love musical theater, so it's perfect. My Instagram, which doesn't post a lot, but when it does, they're special. Is just it's like Isdajohu, which is Isdajohu. I know, boring name, but that's just because it's my name. The first two letters of each of my names.
Hey, that works. You know,
Why fix what isn't broke?
it beats Dank Yurtle, so that I'll give you that
I
one.
don't know.
It's a weird one, man. Every single time I've had it where I've gone into Google Classroom in high school, and it sucks because that's my username for Google. So they'll just see, all right, we have Elena, we have Ethan, we have a Dank Yurtle. Who is that? And I'm like, present right here. It sucked. It sucked.
No, I mean, that's a future rap name right there.
Oh man, SoundCloud. I could get into I could get into SoundCloud. I could get the Dank Yurtle out there, and I don't know, just get that mean bass going still. So anyways, we're gonna get into our first segment of our video game podcast. Since we got the first episode stuff out of the way, we're about to get into the gaming news section of Level Up Chips. So pretty much this is going to be recent news or upcoming news that should be something that you should be aiming towards, you know, looking around for, are just some really peculiar stuff. So the very first thing that I think everybody's kind of anticipating in worry is the death of Mario on March 31st. It sucks, I know. Pretty much this 35th anniversary of Mario is about to come to a close on March 31st, and all the anniversary stuff, the collection, the battle royale they had, Mario 35, it is all going to go away digitally, and it's going to get out of circulation in stores. So pretty much the only way you could get it is if you bought it already or through pre-owned users. What do you think about that?
It was bound to happen. No, I think that's pretty interesting, but I mean, it's definitely gonna make the people that have any of that kind of stuff, like, that's gonna be rare, you know? It's like when Flappy Bird like stopped, and people with iPods that had them on it were like selling them for hundreds of dollars.
Oh yeah,
But
we're gonna have the Switches that have Mario on it, and it'll sell for like thousands of dollars.
oh yeah. Oh, and like he was like the number one, like most like noticeable video game character,
Mm-hmm.
but he's being surpassed.
What do
Other
you think?
other
What other
people,
things? What other things are surpassing him?
I would say Pikachu when it comes to a video game character that people recognize.
Damn it, you're right. Yeah, you're right. No, that
Just because I know, what is it in Japan? They have like the March of the Pikachu where everyone's in giant Pikachu costumes or something.
I've seen those videos. Yeah, yeah. No, Pikachu. Yeah, you're right. That's gotten even worse than Mario.
Even worse.
It's it's dare I say, pandemic of Mario going around, and now Pikachu.
Yeah.
But now people are really anticipating that Zelda, the anniversary of Zelda, this is their 35th for 2021. We already got some news for Zelda Skyward Sword, but we're really anticipating some, I don't know, maybe some remasters of you know,
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Wind
Waker, which is what I want. I want Wind Waker on the Switch.
I want Wind Waker. I want the HD one so we can get that red sailcloth from the Wii U version, because that was just, it made the game so much easier.
Yeah.
Everything about that was just so much better. So going back to it, the Xbox Game Pass is starting to get a little bit larger. I say little, but really they are getting like insanely large. They have a lot of RPGs. They have Octopath Traveler, which was originally exclusive to the Switch, and they are now getting Undertale. This is included
Ooh.
alongside so many other Square Enix games like Dragon Quest XI, some of the Final Fantasy games, and Nier Automata. It's absolutely getting crazy. You know, they just got the Bethesda stuff on the Game Pass. They just got Yakuza games all over that. And now EA Play is coming to the Game Pass. So for like $15, I think you can get for like the PC for cloud. That's a bargain.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm so excited. I really love, like, I love Bethesda, and so I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty excited. Like, I grew up playing Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, which is a very fun but dated game. The graphics are very dated.
Yeah.
You're kind of, I don't know, I don't know how to describe it, but it's on Game Pass now, and now like I have friends that are like downloading it for the first time, and I'm like, yes, you guys get to play it. And then I'm obviously standing by their side if they have any questions. If they're like, how come my arrows don't hit people? And I'm like, because you got to aim for their tummy, because it's really the only hitbox.
Really?
Well, that's pretty much, yeah. Don't ever try to attack it. In those games, it was pretty much the square of your like chest and tummy is like where you aim.
That is so strange.
Yeah, but no, I'm pretty excited, especially like, I don't know. I've been pushing off playing Undertale. I really want to, but I just keep pushing it back. Um,
Yeah, that one is definitely in the backlog. I keep trying to get into it, and then I don't know, something just shiny gets in my way. Like
mhm.
I don't know, like just recently I really wanted to play it, and then immediately I saw Phoenix Wright, the Ace Attorney trilogy, and I was like, oh, I haven't finished the second one yet in a long time. So um so yeah, these games are starting to get really crazy. I think the Bethesda acquirement is great. I just finished playing through Doom Eternal again. I just did the
Ooh,
extra live mode, and I ended with like I think 37. It was insane. But I was having a blast with it again. I've been playing it just again to the DLC, and that should be really awesome to see other people play it on. I've been able to play it on phones with Xbox Game Pass. I've been able to play it on PC, so this is just a great deal.
yeah.
Another thing that is coming around the corner, and I really wish I had it. I wish I had the confetti to say, you know, like we did it. But Monster Hunter Rise is going to be releasing the day that this gets announced, March 26th. So I'm really excited for that one. I'm not sure if you're a fan of Monster Hunter.
I've never played it, but I know that isn't it a movie coming out as well?
Oh, it already came out, and oh, it's bad. Um, yeah, that one. Do you know like the Resident Evil movies, like the
Yes, yeah,
really bad ones?
with Mila Jovovich, yes.
Yeah, it's the same people that made the Monster Hunter movie. I don't know why Capcom is just forcing these guys to just do all their video game movies, but they're terrible, and we kind of just a lot of the fans just disassociate with those
Yeah.
types
They're like,
of movies.
yeah, I mean, it's kind of like how Avatar: The Last Airbender movie doesn't exist.
Yeah, no, the M Night, we don't talk about M Night Shyamalan's movie.
No. But no, that's pretty cool. I don't know. I've always seen Monster Hunter. Isn't I think isn't there like a dragon in Monster Hunter that's in Smash Bros as just like a random battle?
The Rathalos, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So
be wearing this shirt next week for talking about Monster Hunter, so I'm so excited for it.
so that's all I know. Rathalos.
Rathalos, yes. I was so upset when I heard that the Mii Fighter costumes for Monster Hunter were in the DLC for Smash Bros. I My friend and I were really into this, and we looked at each other and we were so disappointed. We really wanted that. We saw the Rathalos and said that's got to be something, but afraid not. So pretty much that's my news, but what would you have for gaming news, Isaac?
Well, I don't have anything about games coming out, but I always appreciate it when there are new people to play video games in the world, even if they're not human. For instance, recently at Purdue University, animal researchers they had a study where they taught pigs how to play video games. They used their nose to use the joystick, and they like surprisingly were successful at the video games they tried. And people always talk about how like smart pigs are.
Well,
They're
yeah.
like what, like the fifth smartest animal or something, under dolphins and us.
Yeah.
Maybe certain humans. But no, and if one day I'm like in Matchmaker and a pig shows up, I'm not gonna be disappointed.
You just play Smash Bros. And then you just see Pig just right there,
Yeah.
and they're playing a Palutena, and you're like, oh man, this shouldn't be good.
Playing Palutena. I was gonna say playing Ganondorf, but
Oh
Palutena works.
no! Just gets a Ganondorf, just like self-destructs every single time.
Oh yes.
Oh man, no, that wow. What did they say what kind of games these pigs were playing? Were they playing Pac-Man and actually doing better than me, or like
Yeah, so let's see. They basically, it was like a small game where they would move a cursor
Mhm.
to like specific targets, and if they hit the target, the computer would make a sound and it would dispense a treat. And the targets were randomly generated, but like the pigs like managed to do it.
What?
There was a level of success.
That is
Like I said,
so crazy. Whoa.
one day pigs won't be food anymore.
No, they'll take over. We all know that. People are worried about like, I don't know, ants or crazy aliens. No, it's gonna be the pigs first. We all
It's gonna
know
be the
it.
pigs. Yeah.
It's gonna be the pigs. But going into the very big topic, so this segment we are going to be calling it a trip down memory card lane. So pretty much we are going to be talking about some of the old generations that we played as kids, and I am so excited because we are going to be talking about the Nintendo DS. And Isaac, he has his own DS right there with him. And funny enough, it is also red. It is the exact same look. Mine is
Yes.
just, I don't know if you have this, but like when I was a kid, something broke right here, and now it doesn't do the little like click.
Oh, it doesn't click.
Oh, you
Click.
have it? Oh man.
I mean, it's been treated decently. I don't know. But yeah, for viewers at home, they are the exact same DS, which
Oh
we were
yeah.
surprised.
Oh yeah. Um, oh my gosh, this thing was absolutely insane for back in like 2005 to around 2012-ish. So pretty much it released, oh my gosh, it released 16 years ago. So yeah, around 2004. And it's about to get into its 17th year in November. The amount of units sold was about like 154 million, and there were about 2,030 games that were published for the DS, which is just absolutely insane. The amount of shovelware, the amount of Cooking Mama, it's insane. Uh, Isaac, you doing good there? I am.
I'm doing well. But
Sorry, your screen right now. I'm just seeing it. It's just you with your tongue stuck out.
oh, gross.
Oh man, this should be great for the podcast. Um, going into it. All right, once. Yeah, no, it froze just for a second. Let's just give it one more second just to see if I don't know, you unstick your tongue.
Living that best life.
Oh man. You know, we could still talk about DS games if you want. You could just have your tongue stuck out while we're talking.
Hey, the best of us keep their tongues out.
Yeah, no,
Um,
you're doing better than me.
well, that's all right. As long as they can see you, that's all that matters.
Yeah, perfect.
Um, yeah, sure.
All right. Um, all right, we just go on with the show. So the DS had about 2030 games, which is insane. But this console, this little mini portable device was absolutely revolutionary. You know, it had all the different games. It had like Dragon Quest. It had some of the great platformers like New Super Mario Bros. And it even had, like puzzlers like Professor Layton. I know a lot of people played that. And honestly, it's absolutely crazy. What were your favorite games that you had on the DS? If you know, yeah.
all right. My favorite games. Am I still frozen?
Yeah, no, tongue is still out.
Oh gosh, it's unsightly. My favorite games were for the DS were definitely Pokemon. Which I know I guess that's kind of on the nose for a lot of people, but yeah, Pokemon. I had Soul Silver, which brilliant game.
Oh,
As
so
well
awesome.
as Diamond, I think, or Pearl. I had
Ye-
Diamond.
Okay, you had Diamond.
I had Diamond. Which I think was Dialga. I don't know. Um,
Yep.
no, then I got like a lot of games from my friends' younger siblings. But besides that, obviously, Scribblenauts. I
Yes.
don't know if
Oh
there's
my
any
gosh.
Scribblenaut fans out there.
Yeah,
Hit me up
that
in the comments.
that was insane. Oh my gosh, that I love the game. I remember I think I might have been 16, maybe 17, and I was going over to my grandma's place and we're gonna, the whole family was gonna like spend the weekend there. And I brought my DS just for the hell of it, and I just got Scribblenauts. I got Super Scribblenauts to be exact. And I played through the entire thing. I did, I think, every single challenge that weekend. And that one's just such a close place in my heart,
Yeah,
That
it's
one,
wholesome game too.
oh, oh yeah, no, totally, totally. I think my favorite stuff was getting like a god and just having them
Yeah.
smite every problem I had.
No, I loved like trying to like see what crazy combinations I could do. Like adding giant or small in front of anything, like would make it big or small. I'd be like giant flying legless purple pig, and it would do it.
That's so much. But that's insane that like the DS could do that. They found an actual like I don't know engine that had the capabilities of producing something so specific just with
Yeah,
words.
yeah. And I remember being upset because you couldn't do like name brand stuff. Like you couldn't do like I couldn't do a Hobbit, but I could do a Halfling. And so that was like trying to figure out like, oh, okay, I can't do Master Chief. But
I remember the Wii U one, the Ultimate Scribblenauts. They actually had Mario, some Nintendo stuff. So they had like, I think Zelda. I had some, like the Triforce, Link, Epona, Ganondorf,
oh,
Bowser. It was so neat. But even then, it's not DS, so let's move on from that subject.
let's move on.
So some of my favorite games that I had on the DS were it's surprising I actually didn't list this as my favorite genre, and the more I look at this list, the more I realize I really uh-oh. Oh no. Isaac was kicked out of the Zoom call, so we'll skip to when he came back right about now. Hey, no tongue.
It's
Perfect.
like I didn't even leave.
Oh yeah, no, we are definitely going to edit that and just say, I don't know, like technical difficulties.
Yeah, a puppy was chewing on the cord. No,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
well, it's so nice to see another human again. Anyways, before my computer so rudely cut you off by me
Uh
leaving.
Let me get back into it just really quickly. I'll be really quick just so this doesn't go on for too long. So my favorite games were Ghost Trick, Phoenix Wright, the trilogy, I actually wanted to be a lawyer for a while because of these games. I played it
Yeah.
I played it in 7th grade, and I actually, like, in junior year, I took some like college level classes, some dual enrollment with U of M, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna be a lawyer. I took it, and I think I said to myself at some point, wait a minute, this isn't Phoenix Wright. This isn't I'm not
Listen,
able I'm not able to just contradict someone and then immediately be like they're the murderer, you know? This
objection.
I can't just yell that out all the time. This sucks. So I'm, now majoring as a journalist. So that's how it goes. The other game that I absolutely loved is this game called 999, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. It's a very niche game, but
Yeah.
oh my gosh, this game is like the craziest story. It has 6 different endings, and you need to get through all of them to really like witness the true ending. But like the craziest thing I love about it is you basically have to use all different endings, all the different knowledge you build from those endings to figure out what to do with that final ending. And it unravels into this story that is just so crazy, so awesome. It's on PS4, it's on Steam, it's on DS.
Oh, okay.
It's called the Nonary games. It'll have like the second one that was on the 3DS, but it had voice acting. And the coolest thing is it has this crazy story, but it has like escape room like levels and stuff. Basically, when you get in these rooms, you have these escape rooms that you have to go out of, but it's like the best stuff. Like, it's so smart, but at the same time it's not smart enough that you get frustrated and you have to like get out of it and search it and everything, search how to do it.
Yeah.
It's like you feel like a genius, but that's just the designer is just being a designer. It's
Yeah,
great.
you get the satisfaction, that serotonin of beating something and knowing that
It's
you did it yourself.
I just remembered just like, yeah, the serotonin just kicked in so bad that I was just like, I marathon through the entire game with my brother, and we just straight up, we like, at some point, I think we woke up at like 9 a.m. after like a whole like crazy night of just getting through it. And he was like, we need to finish it. We need to do this. And it was like summertime. It was a hot room, and we're just sweating it out, trying to figure out how to get to the ending. Wild times. It is without a doubt one of the best games for visual novels.
Heck, I'll have to give that a look.
I highly suggest it. Anybody, I recommend all 3 games. The Phoenix Wright trilogy is awesome. The Ghost Trick has, again, every single character in Ghost Trick has some part in this huge whodunit type of situation. I feel like I'm just I'm railing off into Ghost Trick and just all the games, but like, it's so awesome. Ghost Trick especially has like inanimate object puzzles where you have to move literal objects. Like this microphone, you might just like move it just a little bit, and basically you have to use all those different movements of different objects to save people's lives.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so it'll be like open a refrigerator door, strum a guitar, I don't know, like open a crosswalk for, like at a garbage place, I don't know, it's crazy. It's absolutely wild, but at the same time the puzzles are like the best ever. I just had a friend that played it recently, and he was freaking out. He was like, oh my gosh, this is so great. So that's my rant.
Oh, all right. I wrote it down. I was like, maybe I'll give it a look sometime.
Seriously, get an emulator, do something. Like, these games are without a doubt like some of the best stuff ever. So moving away so I don't rant a little bit more about these games, but I think the other big thing that I think both of us really use with this DS, we had PictoChat, we had the multiplayer games. I'm not sure if you played a lot of like the Mario Bros. Casino stuff.
I didn't.
Really?
No, I didn't play too many multiplayer games, surprisingly.
Oh man. But that was
Uh,
like,
yeah.
no, that did you ever use like PictoChat or anything?
Yes, PictoChat. Yes, I love PictoChat.
PictoChat was the best. Yeah, that was awesome.
No, that honing your art skills as a child,
I think the
brilliant.
I think the biggest thing I did was I tried filling that entire screen into like a black void. I'd really tried to get those dots. That was the biggest, the hardest thing to do is just trying to make sure everything was actually filled out. But otherwise, I think the biggest thing that we really use other than those functions was the Game Boy Advance backwards compatibility.
Definitely.
I was thinking about veering off from this, but the more I think about it, the Game Boy was definitely a huge role. I never had like a good Game Boy Advance just because the battery compartment kept flipping out and
Yeah.
it just never really had a good backlight. But these things, that's the stylus, that's where it went. It has this little Game Boy slot, and I remember playing some like huge games on it. I played, oh, what game is that?
This is Sonic Advance.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, I forgot it doesn't push all the way in.
No, it doesn't.
I was like, where does it go?
It's so weird. It just kind of sticks out and you're like, oh yeah, that's there. Yeah, no, those games, I remember playing the Pokemon games, like, I think I had Pokemon Sapphire, playing Metroid Fusion, playing like Super Mario Superstar Saga, some of those games.
Yeah, no, I think, I don't know. Like I kind of like that's kind of like how Nintendo made stuff where it was like you have the Wii, but you can also play GameCube stuff on it.
Yeah.
Which was nice. And then with the Switch, it's like, yeah, we only play Switch here.
It makes sense. I mean, I can't imagine any other system having a cartridge base, but
I want to be able to stick this Game Boy Advance, Sonic Advance into my Switch and play it. No, like yeah, and I had Pokemon Emerald as well, which I also don't know where that went, but I have Sonic. I had Tetris as well.
Ooh.
And Tetris was like, it's so boring, but it's so fun for like, yeah, like car trips and stuff. I love the Game Boy Advance stuff. I as well had a pretty crappy Game Boy Advance that had a really bad cartridge because it was like a rechargeable battery cartridge thing, or battery pack. I mean,
yeah.
And so it like got to the point where it would only work if it was plugged in, like the battery eroded.
Mm-hmm.
So no, this was definitely the way to go.
No, this was great, especially because I think you might have had like the Game Boy Advance SP.
No, I had the old one.
Really?
I had this guy.
Yeah, that guy?
I had that guy. I didn't have this guy. I couldn't afford the SP, the small laptop one.
Oh yeah, the laptop one. I was gonna say the laptop one I was excited for, but I think we got rid of it to get the DS lights.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, the Game Boy Advance I've tried playing on it still. The backlight on it, it's non-existent. Mm-hmm. But I think it's gotten worse where like the screen's gotten even more faded, where I literally have to like stick it right underneath a light just to make sure that like I can see anything. Otherwise, it's still really, really bad.
Yeah, no, I remember like playing Game Boy and it would get like dark and I'd be like squinting and trying to like see it and I couldn't. I'd have a flashlight out.
Sometimes, yeah, no, I see people like online saying like, don't you remember when you had like a Game Boy Advance, you'd be in your car and you'd like have to wait for those street light lamps to just pass by so you could keep playing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I was like, I can't stop playing Pokemon now,
It especially sucked when you didn't have a flashlight and you were in a dark like country road. There's no light and you're just there like, I'm gonna try.
And somehow we all have these memories too.
Every single one of us just had the struggle, had the challenge of just being like, forget it. I don't need the light. I can do it myself. Probably.
I have a large amount of Lego games, surprisingly, for my DS.
Lego.
What,
Okay.
like I have Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy, Lego Batman, Lego Ninjago, Lego
Oh,
Star Wars 3. These were all I think from my friend. But I had Lego Lord of the Rings, but I don't know where it went. But
I
they
didn't
look
have Lego, but I did have Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
yeah. But they look so bad on the DS. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that was a great system, just this thing was probably like the only reason like I would keep it. I think I've seen people they've customized it where a DS they'll straight up just not have the top half. They'll just rip it
Oh.
off or dismantle it and make it look really nice where you can just play Game Boy Advance games on it. I
I
started thinking about it. It works. I mean, it's a great idea,
yeah.
but I think this is the optimal way to play DS and Game Boy Advance for sure.
Oh,
So,
there's my Scribblenauts right there.
ooh, oh man, yeah, Scribblenauts. Shout out to those people. Shout out to Warner Bros. Surprisingly, they made the game. I always found that really odd.
Yeah.
Um, but I think that we have gone on long enough about the DS and how awesome it is, and I think that we should get into the final segment of this podcast, which is the game recommendation, game of the episode. It is so awesome. Basically, what I do is I get a list of random games that I just think of. Shenmue. I think of, I don't know, like Witcher 3. I think of like
Mm-hmm.
Yakuza 7, like a dragon, and I just put them into this random picker. Just online. And I say, all right, do your work. And this week they have decided to grant us with the ability to talk about Doom Eternal, and I think that this is a very like relevant game at the moment, especially since the DLC part 2 just came out last week. And I don't know, have you played this game?
Okay. It's gonna be weird because I own it, but I haven't played it. Um,
Oh man.
it's so yeah, no, it's on I have it on like an SD card, like an external hard drive.
Mm.
And I just think all the time, like I should really just like plug it in and then transfer it onto the console. But I just keep pushing it off.
Well, I guess the next thing I should ask is like, have you played the 2016 Doom?
I played a little bit of it. I watched my friend play it though for a long time. It's fantastic. I don't know. I grew up with like the Doom that was on like the original Xbox,
Oh yeah.
which was kind of cheesy.
Oh,
But
wait, Doom 3. Oh god.
yeah, Doom 3. Which was cheesy, and I remember I would constantly restart it. But no, I do love the Doom. I just the concept of just ripping demons apart with with your hands. Oh, it's brilliant.
It's so awesome. I guess I should be the one to give the rant then. So Doom Eternal, this game is one of the sickest like first person shooters. Sick in the sense of it's so awesome, and sick because if you don't like gore, you are going to become sick. It is so I've I've
It
had it
will
where
make you ill.
like my yeah, exactly, like my mom, she's one of those people that if there's like a knife fight in a movie or something and there's blood or something, she will literally be like, I can't watch it, oh my
Oh
god,
gosh.
oh god. And I'm just here like, hey mom, check this out just really quickly, this is my new game. And then she's like, yeah, I'm gonna be sick, all right. She just walks out of the room like, you're disgusting. Like, thanks mom. But this game is awesome. If you played Doom 2016, I think you remember that it was really fast, very fast-paced first-person shooter. um Doom Eternal does that tenfold. It's insane where it's even faster, the movement speed is just quicker, but also you have these dashes in the second level of the game. You get these dashes, and you get 2 of them. And I think the biggest thing about it is you can dash out of enemies' ways. It almost plays like almost a bullet hell, where you really have to make sure you're able to dodge out of like an orb, out of like fire, something like that. And they do it super well. And I think the biggest thing that people should kind of be worried about is the fact that it's difficult. It's not the type of first person shooter that people should get into just like on the get-go. Like, I've never played first person shooters. Let's get Doom Eternal. Don't do that.
Don't jump right in.
Don't do that, because you are going to be like, oh my gosh, this is insane.
Play Halo 1.
Play Halo 1, play Portal, play like...
Oh yeah, Portal's such a good one.
Portal is the best like intro first person shooter, right next to like the first Borderlands, maybe the second one. Second one's probably the better one to get into.
Yeah, easier gameplay.
Exactly, and kind of a better difficulty curve. So anyway, this game is definitely a little, very hardcore, but I think that it has some great weapon variety. It has a wheel, just like the original Doom. You don't just, have 2 weapons or something. You have a whole, like, I think 8 different weapons just to choose from. Each one has a purpose. And I think the coolest thing is this game, 2016 tried to go for the more realistic approach and, very down, boots on the ground type of first person shooter as they could. But this game goes very video game like, very cartoony. There are these demons called Cac Demons. They are just floating heads. They kind of look like balloons, and they only have like an eye and a mouth. It's awesome. I love it. But if you get like a grenade launcher and you just shoot the grenade right into the mouth, you'll hear this huge like and then and you just see the smoke as it's burping, and it gets dazed, it gets confused, and you get to do the glory kills, which is the greatest part about Doom. It's one of the few that's actually able to do it right, these glory kills. But you go invincible, you're able to just do the goriest like kill on these demons, and it has a purpose. Again, you tear them, and you get your little blade. You have this blade on your arm, and you're able to poke the eye out and just take it out like a kebab. And it's disgusting. It's great, but glory. I'm one of those people that's like, blood, awesome.
It's disgusting. It's great.
I think that's a 10 out of 10. But the purpose of these glory kills is to give you more health. If you just shoot a demon and it dies without a glory kill, it gives you like very little health. And you're going to need that since it's very difficult. You get a chainsaw too, where you can rip them, and you get ammo from that. So it's always replenishable. You get a few, you can get more chainsaw fuel so you can like take out the bigger demons. But usually you want to get the fodder, the possessed, the soldier, stuff like that. And even you have like a little flamethrower. So basically they'll get burning and they'll sweat out armor shards. And it's wild what they were able to do. They really made it, as Hugo Martin says, the creative director for this game. He calls it a thinking man's first person shooter.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. No, he's getting very into it. But honestly, I think that it's one of those games that you should definitely buy, and you should definitely play it. I have no excuse. You have it on Game Pass. If you have Game Pass, you got it on the hard drive. You got it on the cloud. You got it, man. Play it.
Rip up some demons.
Rip up some demons.
And isn't like the guy's name just Doom Guy?
It's like Doom Slayer.
Doom Slayer. But like they haven't given him like a name, right?
No, there's all sorts of weird lore to this game though. I think like in Doom Eternal, they kind of made it canon where this guy has been around since the very first Doom game. I think he's like the great grandson of BJ Blazkowicz, the guy from the Wolfenstein series.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, they're really getting into the lore. So basically he's the great grandson of that guy, and he is just like, he's in the Marine base. He shoots, he kills all the demons, goes into hell. He stays there for a while, and he finds a portal somehow into this like warrior realm, the Sentinels, and basically he's just given that title of Doomslayer. And by the point you find him in like Doom 2016, he is a god. He is literally given like powers that just make him a god. And he wakes up from his slumber as soon as like demons are just invading Earth. He's just like, all right, my time has come. And then he just
It's ready for me.
oh yeah.
He's like Kratos.
Oh, totally. He is just like
They'd be friends.
they'd be friends.
They'd kill each other.
I think that Doom Guy would, or Doomslayer, I don't even know anymore. I think he would like show him heavy metal, show Kratos heavy metal, and I think Kratos would really show him how to like use the chains.
Yeah, the Chaos Blades. He'd just
Chaos Blades.
show him what's up.
Be like, all right, let's do some practice with axes, stuff like that. They'd be friends. They'd pet Doomslayer's bunny. I forgot the bunny's name, but Doomslayer has a pet bunny, and the reason why he decided to go get revenge on the demons at some point was because one of his bunnies died.
No.
Yeah, they killed it, so he was like, all right, I'm back into it. that was the ending of
sleep.
That was the ending of the first ever Doom game, and everyone was like, yeah, that makes sense. But I think that's a great episode. I think that we should definitely wrap it up. If you have anything else that you want to mention, go once.
Make sure you have a stable internet connection when you record a podcast.
Was it me that had the okay?
It was me.
It was you. Okay, just for a second, I wasn't sure if it was like a Smash Bros moment where nobody knows who's the bad one or not, but
no, it was me. Unfortunately, my screen was like low internet quality, and I was like, ooh,
that's not good.
So yeah, double check that stuff.
Oh yeah. So let me get into it just really quickly. And thanks for joining us on our trip down memory card lane. If you like what you heard, don't forget to follow Level Up Chips and CM Life on your preferred platform. We also recommend that you follow our partnered podcast, Raving Geeks. Join us next week as we talk about the newly released game Monster Hunter Rise. Until then, see ya, everybody.
So long, gamers.
Gamer. That's the best one. Yeah.